In the previous video, we manually changed our Muse checkbox into a campaign list checkbox. Unfortunately, it's a non-permanent change because Muse overwrites that change when it publishes. So in this video, I'll show you how to connect a working subscription checkbox to a web form using a technique that allows you to publish in Muse and still have it assign the user to a campaign list. The first thing is to create a new page in Business Catalyst. So let's go up to the Develop mode. And in the bottom left-hand corner, click the icon that looks like a page with a plus sign. That creates a new page. Now we just need to name it. Let's name it Home and hit Return or Enter. To understand what we are going to be doing, I first need to explain a few things about coding in Business Catalyst. You likely use Adobe Muse, so you don't need to do any coding, but to get the most out of Business Catalyst, you will need to do a little. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it and give you a code snippet for you to copy and paste. Okay, Business Catalyst uses liquid markup. This allows us to use server-side logic. It allows us to do some surprisingly powerful stuff without the need of JavaScript. And I'm not going to go deep into liquid markup, but I will discuss the parts that we need to get this working. We are going to be building a way for you to be able to change the content on the page that Muse won't overwrite. To do this, you will need to know two things: how to create a variable in liquid markup and how to use an include. Let's start with an include. In Business Catalyst, we can pull in assets by using an include. And this is how you write it. First thing we need to do is get rid of the default code that Business Catalyst provides when you create a new page. And the first thing you do is you do curly brace, %, include, and then the path that you want inside double quotes, and then a hyphen, %, and close with another curly brace. Now, the path of the URL gets put in between the double quotes, and that's the page or the asset that you'll be able to pull into this page. Now, the page that we're trying to pull in is the page that Muse generated for us. And the path to that is /index.html. All right, let's click Publish and Preview. This isn't the page that Muse generated. It's the page that we just created, a blank page with a simple include. But it looks exactly the same as the Muse page. That's because it pulled it in. All right, now let's go back. Okay, so now that we can bring in the entire page, the next step is to replace content with other content. This code is more complex, so I created a file that will do this for us. These files are included with this course. Okay, so let's go to the code snippet in our include folder. So we're going to open up System, Includes, Muse Replace, and click on to the readme.txt. Now again, these are included in the course files. Now you won't see these files on your site. You'll need to upload them, and these files are included with the course. The first step says to install the files. We've already done that. Number 2, copy and paste the code below on a blank page. So let's do that. I'm going to copy this. And let's replace the include that we have here. We need to change the values of the variable. So the first one is the page URL. So let's change that to /index.html. So let's replace some content that will be obvious. So let's publish this, click Preview, opens up a new page. And let's just pick something really easy, like let's change sneakers to shoes. So let's go back, sneakers with shoes, and hit Publish. Let's go back. Whenever there's a reference to sneakers, it should change to shoes. So let's refresh the page, and there we go, shoes. So we can do this with any content on the page. Now let's use the same concept with our checkbox name values. Let's replace the Muse created checkbox name value with our campaign checkbox name value. So to do that, let's go back to the admin. Let's open up a new tab with the Manage mode. Go to Site Manager, Web Forms, click on our web form, And just like before, let's click on More Actions, Customize Web Form. Click HTML, and now this is our web form. Now we need to find the checkbox that Muse generated, which is right here, and we need to copy the name value. So I'm just going to highlight that, go up to Edit, Copy. We'll go back to our code, and we'll say replace this name value, again, which is our checkbox name value that Muse created. We want to replace it with our campaign list, which is right below it. So we're just going to highlight our campaign name value, copy, go back to our code, and that's what we're going to replace it with. All right, let's click Publish. Refresh this page. When we fill out this form, we should be subscribed to the campaign list. But here's the thing, is when Muse publishes, no matter what change it makes, as long as it keeps the web form, it won't change the campaign list. So now it is safe for us to make changes in Muse and publish it, and it will not overwrite that campaign list. So instead of Muse having the final control, now we do using Business Catalyst. In the next video, I'll show you how to send out a newsletter to your email campaign list.